Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Standard Grind. But today we have a new addition to Standard. We have the Goblins from Aetherdrift. So I'm going to share our screen and just jump right into it. There have been a bunch of new additions. That's not the right way to do it. Goblin. And then we just go Aetherdrift and we do OK. Craft. So these are all the goblins that came out in the new set. I don't have enough wild cards to craft all of the Howl Squad Heavies and Draconautics Engineers that I want, so we're still playing some Painter Studios. But in the new list, we don't play any non-goblins. We play the full playset of this. Draconautics Engineer is a 2-mana 2/2, which is a good rate for a goblin. And then you can pay 1 mana to put a counter on it and give it haste. So it's Screaming Nemesis stats for 3 mana. So the way I look at this card, right? If you have 2 mana, you get a 2/2. If you have 3 mana, you get a 3/3. If you have it on the board and you have 4 mana, you pay 4 mana to get a 4/4 dinosaur dragon with flying, which is insane to me because not only do we now have a massive flying threat in the deck, but we also have the ability to create a dragon. Like in goblins, right? We're just playing goblins here. We canon have the ability to poop out dragons. That's amazing to me. So this card's really cool. Also, if you evaluate it just on rate, right? Turn 2, it's a 2/2. Turn 3, it's a 3/3. Turn 4, it makes a 4/4. And if you play it and pay 4, make the 4/4, and then pay 1, that's 7 mana, but you also get 7 power with haste. So I feel like this is a card that scales like incredibly well over time. However, it's a little bit clunky in the early game. That's why we're trying 2 right now. Howl Squad Heavy, however, is like the card in the deck. Being able to have a War Chief, not the cost reducing side of War Chief, but the haste side of War Chief is insane. And then on top of that, instead of reducing our spells, if we're at max speed, it's just our Gaia's Cradle, which is absolutely insane because it, instead of giving us 1 off on each of our goblins, can allow us to cast like all of the spells in our hand at the same time. Also, it's our Rabble Master because it makes a 1/1 at the beginning of combat. However, the Rabble Master has been power crept as well because now it doesn't require all your goblins to attack. Start your engines like a little bit finicky. We don't really have anything to start it before turn 3, but honestly, you really just play this as like a haste enabler for your Krenko that can sometimes tap for red, but usually just gives stuff haste and makes dudes. Besides that, the other ones that I think are pretty decent, Grease Wrench Goblin is a 1 mana 2/1 that on turn 3 you can discard 2. It's got the Fable of the Mirror Breaker's second ability stapled to it, which is pretty good, except for the fact that you also put a counter on it. So it's like turn 3, you got nothing, right? You're just like, I got to pitch 2 lands. So you pay 3, discard 2 lands, draw 2 good cards, put a counter on it. It's a 3/2, attack for 3. So this card's going to be pretty decent. Once like a lot of our, once Scamp and Horde Master rotates, we might have to like pivot into some of these less good goblins, like Dynamite Driver. It's a pilot, which is kind of cool and limited, but not really good in like actual constructed formats. But however, it's got the Goblin Arsonist trigger, where when it dies, it just deals the damage to anything. Also, Proudcatcher Specialist. This is a card that could be played after rotation if we need a playable 2-drop, because we're going to lose Horde Master and Squee. Bastronaut's like a big addition to the deck, but I don't know if I'm personally that high on this card. I feel like right now we want 12 1-drops, but all of our 1-drops right now are like insane on curve. So Reckless Lackey has first strike and haste and 2 toughness. Fanatical Firebrand allows us to ping down Llanowar elves or mice like in the early game, or even like a Spyglass Siren from like bounce. And then Scamp is like the best top deck late game, right? Like it gets buffed by 2 lords, and then like also has haste because of Howl Squad, so it's like a 3/3 that can like smack them for 3 and then sack it to throw it at whatever you want. It's like amazing. I absolutely love Scamp. So until we lose this card in rotation, I really think that these are the 1-drops that we need to have locked in. The number of Krankos can flex. All these cards can flex, but I feel like this is the list that I want to play right now. Those are like the super impactful goblins that came in. Oh yeah, also eventually we're going to make a Goblins Artificer Reanimator deck where we're going to have everything be artifacts and we're just going to try to like reanimate big dumb things. So that's going to be a deck coming in the queue eventually. We're going to build that either on stream or for stream. And then Redshift is also, we could do Gruul Goblins in the future. Redshift is really, really cool. Being able to chuck any number of permanent cards in your hand for 12 mana, but like, you know, you just like probably get there on turn like 5 or 6 if you're like building a deck around it, right? You get Redshift to like 5 power, tap them for 5, you have 5 mana, you're already there. I'm really excited about Afterburner Expert. This is like the Vengevine for goblins that I've always wanted. The way that I look at this card, right, you can just play it fairly in a non-goblins deck. You go Llanowar Elves this on 2. This is a 4/2. Then on turn 3, you could just pay 4, put 2 counters on it. It's a 6/4, and you're attacking. Turn 3, attacking for 6. And then you could also play like some self-mill strategies, or you just play it like in a mid-range shell where you're just like throwing it into your opponent's creatures as blockers, and then you're just like using like random exhaust abilities to bring it back. Really notably, Draconautics Engineer. If you have 4 Afterburner Experts in the graveyard and you activate the exhaust ability of Draconautics Engineer, the trigger of the activation puts these triggers on the stack. And these you can order to resolve before the haste. So you can get 4 Afterburner Experts back from your graveyard. Then the haste can resolve. They all can get haste and you can attack for 12. I mean, plus the 3. So that's 15. Vengevine, baby. All right. Besides that, we have Boom Scholar, which like in that Gruul deck we were talking about, where you're trying to like cast or use the exhaust abilities over and over again and like just chuck things into play. This card would be cool in that deck, but that's like something down the line. For right now, I'm really excited about these new cards. Let's jump into some games. Usually we do events, but for now I just want to kind of like jam on the ladder and just like see what's out there. Super, super excited. Make sure I'm sharing my screen. Everything's connected. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for watching. We're doing the goblins. Getting the chat pulled up on the phone so I don't have to tab out, check chat, which is real nice. Make sure everything else that I don't need is closed. This can run as smoothly as possible. Perfect. All right. I want to play against mice. I lost my one loss last night. I played at the Boar's Hat Gaming for in standard, and round 1 is against Gruul Mice, and it was a very close race. I feel like if I hadn't been as aggressive as I was, if I would have just like taken slow chip shots. I attacked with too many dudes, and then I didn't have enough toughness, and he killed me on the backswing. Which was fair. He had a single turn window, and I chose to tap out, and that's how we got that. I gotta get the puppy. Hey, good. All right. Entering a match still? Entering a match? Please and thank you. Cool. Get some birds on you. Yeah, cool. What you do, Gabo? You got so many birds on you. What'd you do? Why you go in the forest? There's no birds on the hill. You could pee on the hill. Go, puppy. Go. This is Bella. Toffee Betta, the puppy Reno. They didn't know what to call her. I said she looks like Toffee. I wanted to call her Isabella, but we had a cat named Isabella, so we couldn't just call her Isabella. So I called her Toffee Bella. Let's see if I can do this. Just work. Cool, Bella. I don't know if you can see her at all. She's a good puppy. She's like part poodle, I think, so she's really itchy all the time. Go, Bella. Go, Bella. Wow, entering this match is taking forever. I'm going to cancel. And it's just going to tell me that's fine. Maybe this time we'll just like jump in. Maybe. Entering match. Please. I want to play some Magic. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe arena's breaking. I'm going to go to an event if this doesn't work. This time I don't have the option to cancel. All else fails, just close it and restart. It's a really, really easy fix. Ooh. Deep breath. Reset. I like how when like things are broken, it shows Phyrexian text. That's really cool. Wow, this is insane. Arena just really doesn't like me today. I think we just have to wait. I cast a magical spell that will allow me to play the game. I would like this to work. The new Aetherdrift cards are so cool. Alright, doing it again. I have to make sure that double clicking doesn't open too. Yes, it did. I would like to reconnect. Aetherdrift, why? Please, 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 Aetherdrift, just work for me. Please, please, Aetherdrift, please, just work for me. Okay, you can do this. I believe in you, Aetherdrift. Okay, we didn't have that spinny ball before, so we're getting somewhere. Okay. Events. We're gonna do traditional standard. Hopefully this works. Don't get long hair. It's hard to deal with. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I thought doing an event would change if Arena's matchmaking is like struggling. I'm sure the matchmaking for the events and the open queue is the same. I guess maybe it's a little bit easier. It's a narrower amount of data. Yes. So it's not, it doesn't like struggle. If there's like a huge wave of people who are playing Arena because of Aetherdrift, right? Like my client might have like a semi-bad Wi-Fi. I could be struggling to like get to that amount of data. Whereas if I'm in an event, it's much more narrow and easier to matchmake. Keep this. We're gonna go fast. Although they're gonna go really fast too. That probably means they have a reanimate in their hand. Recommission. Helping hand, yeah. Thankfully it's tapped. Okay, that's something. We don't have... I guess we play the Lord right now. Because Painter Studio next turn. Land would be the best draw. They have an unsummon. Better unsummon. Moment of truth. Yeah, the fact that this is a Goblin Electromancer as well is insane. It's quite good. Make sure everything's working. Thank you for being here. We miss our land drop, which is bad. I think we just go 1-drops. Swing for 2. Pass it over. Another missed land drop. Play a Lord. Picklock looking for recommission. Bring back another Jin. They become 4/4s. This one's a 5/5. Play the Prankster. Oh, Hardcast Oculus. Hardcast Oculus is like a shutout game. No Hardcast Oculus. Hits me for 8, puts me 5. They say kill me right now. Well, opponent, I don't think I can kill you right now. Like... we slam a drop kick, go to combat. Attack with everything. Oh, I'm gonna die to this Picklock Prankster. That's crazy. No. Commit 0 for the proliferate, then deal the damage. There's good lands gone. Now I take 9 in the air exactly. That was so close. Okay. Game 2. Bring in the ley lines for sure. I think that's it. Ley lines on the... do we want ley line? We could just bring in Lithomanthic on the play and then have ley line on the draw. I think we might just bring in Lithomanthic. But Lithomantic dies to like their infinite reanimate spells. Just bring in Leyline. The issue is they bring in answers for Leyline, right? It could just be like, we're on the play, we're gonna be more aggressive than you. And then I'm just gonna like tempo kill your stuff. You can like do the thing, I'm just gonna kill it. So we cut the non-threats and a squeak or a Krinko because it's too slow. And we're just gonna try to go as fast as possible. No ley lines against the graveyard deck is insane, but we'll try it. If this was a ley line, this hand would probably be a lot better, but Blackleaf Cliffs, Firebrand. Swinging for the fences. Okay, land's not good. Play a Lord, they're gonna unsummon the Lord. Goblin, play the Lord. 5. Oh. I mean, Lockdown's really good. Thankfully, we drew something decent. Mountain, Lackey. Have the Lackey crack up. So cast, Helping Hand, Turning Djinn. Just go to mine. Oof, glad I didn't crack it. Lithomantic, tag the Djinn. So they revealed Helping Hand, but they didn't cast it. Krinko, attack for 1. Smite, okay. Oof, there's the Oculus. They already showed me they have the Helping Hand. Yeah. And they have the Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, but if they have the Sheltered by Ghosts, to be fair, then I don't think that I can beat them because they have a bunch of removal. And the Sheltered by Ghosts could just go... I guess they milled the Djinn. None of these threats were in their hand. So definitely play Leyline if you play against Oculus. I was testing some theory, and it definitely did not work. Attack for 8. They make another dude. I make a Might. I'll concede. Bad sideboarding. I make these mistakes. GG's opponent, well played. All right, so you know what? We take our losses early and just like helps us focus up. Take a deep breath. Reset. Let's do this. We're coming for that 4-1. I want to play against Bounce. It's really close. This pushes more damage, but this is better if like they're playing aggro and I have to kill their 1-drop. It looks like we're playing against Golgari or Mono Black. I love this. That's super fucking cool. Give me a Lord, please. Okay. Friendly Teddy. He's just a friendly Teddy. Let's do it like this. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Opponent, I am sorry. Hell Squad Heavy's really good. Respect to the OG. That was one of my favorite cards back in the day. It was so good. Oh, I forgot this has haste. I'm so silly. We're setting up for next turn, I guess. I don't know. I'm just playing dumb. Because yeah, if we tap before combat, we just have 8 more attackers, and yeah. I'm so used to this not having haste, being like, okay, I'm just gonna play it and it's gonna outlive. But Howl Squad Heavy is a match made in heavy with crank. Match made in heaven with Cranko. Okay. Dreader turn. Oh god. GG's. I'm so sorry, Vampire Nighthawk. I think double Howl Squad Heavy is pretty good. Let's see how that works. So I started this game on the play, which I believe means my opponent just bumped to the button. They also could be newer to Magic, in which case, I feel bad, but you got to show them the power of the goblins. Maybe they'll join the horde one day. Okay, I'm starting to see something. Goblin. Another house squad.